Hello everyone. Today is Monday, March 4th, and it's 11:40 p.m. I'm just getting around to making today's video. So just want to bring over the time in sales. You can see it's 11:41 p.m. and even the S&P trading at 2790.75. I haven't refreshed my charts. If I did, there'd be an H next to the chart, next to the trades, and you can see the trades here. And this chart, we have something new to show you. We have a new filter for the Autotrader. We have a daily and weekly opening range support and resistance, or opening range breakout as we call it. And you can see it plotted here. The daily and the weekly is the same, so they're going to look the same on the first day of the week. But they're different colors. Here you can see last week. I am looking back historically. And also you can see historical trades here, and notice that there's an H here next to the trades as we label our trades historical. So that way not only can I show you what's real and always show that the chart hasn't been refreshed, because if it has, the trades would have an H. So today's trades don't have an H next to them, as you can see here. But back to our daily and weekly open filter. You can set this as a filter. So basically the way it works is the Autotrader will only go short if it's below the daily or weekly open. You can use one or both as a filter. So it'll only trade short below and will only trade long above. Now, we've been testing this. I'm not releasing it yet. We may not even release it until NinjaTrader 8. I'm not sure, depending on how long it's going to take us to finish NinjaTrader 8. But for right now, this is looking pretty good. I've only tested on a few charts, and I'm really excited about it. I think it's a really valid filter, because you'll see how these levels provide support and resistance. So here's the opening price today. And you can kind of see, you can also set a range for the breakout, so that price has to trade above or below by a certain amount of ticks. I think here I have it set to 4 ticks, which is just 1 point in the ES. But you kind of see how this acts as support and resistance here, here, and here. And then the market sold off pretty hard. So today we didn't take any long trades. And this did pretty good on the ES 987 tick. This has a goal of 1150, and we did 1050. So I imagine that we hit our goal and then had some slippage, some negative slippage. As stated, I'm really excited about this new filter. It's also going to be an indicator in the Autotrader. So this is what it looks like here. You can select the filter and so forth, but looking pretty good for this. For those of you that are always asking to see performance, well, on this chart, we're looking back 25 days. So I might as well show you the performance report here. And this is what it looks like with the filter. So I'm just going to bring this over here. And our numbers look really, really good here. We got a 3.4 profit factor, a super low maximum drawdown, and this is based on 176 trades. It's a pretty good sample. 71% profitable. Average trade $76. Remember, these are all limit orders, so looking really good here. Here's the equity graph, and so there you have it. Okay, here's another chart using that filter, and this is on the E-mini S&P Superanco 6 tick. This did 1325 for the day, and the goal on this one is 750. So we had pretty strong positive slippage. The action today was pretty extreme. A definite increase in volatility from what we've seen. The average range has been running about 20 points, and today's average range was more like 50 or 60 points. So this had very little drawdown from the open. There was only like one losing trade here, and you can see that it just avoided these little pullbacks, which could have potentially been whipsaws. And so this did 1325, and The goal on this 750. The performance report on this, because I'm looking back. Let's see, how many days are we going back here? We're only going back 10 days, so we got roughly 6,000 in 10 days. Let's see, just see what this looks like. Okay, so our 10-day performance looks really strong. A profit factor of 4. Percent profitable, only 58% here. And our average trade is $81, so still very strong, hardly any drawdown, and looking very, very good with our new filter. Okay, next up is the DAX on a 987 Heikin Ashi tick chart, and this did 2137 for the day. The goal on this is 1750, so excellent positive slippage here on 2 trades. There was no drawdown on this chart. Okay, next we have a Super Renko chart with a 60-minute higher time frame, and this has a goal of 1050, and we did 1812, so we had quite a bit of strong slippage here. I'm going to widen this up so you can see the trades. Okay, next up is the E-mini S&P on a 987 tick Heikin Ashi chart, and this has a goal of 1525, and it did 1675. So many charts today having positive slippage. Here's the total equity curve here, and so that weekly and daily open filter would eliminate all these incidental losers here. Okay, next is the NASDAQ on a 150 Heikin Ashi chart, and this had a pretty spectacular short trade around the noon hour, and then recovered here, and there was more trades. Looks like it was pretty moderately active up until that point, and drew down about $850 up until this point here, and then it was this trade here that brought us up to our goal. Well, I don't think it was our goal, but it brought us up to 1150. Our goal was 1500, so shy of our goal. Okay, next is the E-mini S&P on a Super Renko 4-tick chart, and this has a higher time frame filter of Super Renko 6 and a goal of 850, and this did 900 for the day, so a couple of ticks positive slippage. We had one losing trade right here around the 10 o'clock hour, and that drew down about $600. Okay, a couple of charts on the crude oil. This is a 150 Heikin Ashi tick chart, and this has our line break logic on it. And this was moderately active today. You can see the equity curve here. The first equity high was about 600, and then we drew down about 700, and then we recovered beginning at the 11:30 hour and finished at 8:30 for the day. The goal on this is 1010. Okay, a more modest gain on the Super Renko 8-tick in the crude oil. This just had a single trade here and did 530 for the day on 2 contracts. Okay, next up is the E-mini S&P Super Renko 4-tick, and this did 812.50. The goal on this is probably 850, 750. So we had excellent positive slippage. This is a higher time frame of Super Renko 8. Okay, the crude oil on a Super Renko 6-tick chart. This just had a single trade and did 850 here, trading 2 contracts. And this is also using our line break logic. Okay, another E-mini S&P Super Renko 4-tick chart. There was 2 trades on this, no drawdown, and this one has a higher time frame filter of Super Renko 4. It's only the second time I've shown this chart, and both days it was a winner. The difference is the higher time frame is also a Super Renko 4-tick, but with a higher sensitivity. And the idea is that the lower time frame would be in the red shaded area when you get these swings, and that appears to be working out pretty good. And so this hit its goal of 750. The goal is 850, but I imagine it might have had some slippage here. The market got pretty wild at this 11 o'clock hour. This was in the beginning of this kind of large sell-off. Okay, the E-mini S&P on a 1597 Heikin-Ashi chart drew down early in the session and then came back with a really nice short trade when the market sold off. And you can see that here's the open right in here, and so a gradual slope down, and then it really accelerated to the downside, and it caught about, right in the meat of the move. It caught this really nice trade here. And this was good actually for about 20 points. You can see we went short at 28.02 and then covered at 27.82. So that's about 20 points on one of the contracts. That's all for today's video. Thanks for watching.